Alright, so we're back with the Ofna JL10e, and the results are in. The issue I was having was with the body, and unfortunately at the factory, HPI had packaged the cup racer decals with this set. So after some communication on Facebook, we were able to figure out what the issue was, and they were kind enough to send me the correct decals on the house so that I can complete this body. So huge shout out to them for taking the time to work with me and being kind enough to send me the correct product. So definitely huge shout out to them for correcting the issue, being on top of that. It's definitely restored my faith in the company, and I look forward to using more of their products. As you can see, their products are universal. These are HPI wheels, and this is an Ofna vehicle, so I like to use HPI stuff on more than just my HPI products, so looking forward to doing that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get these decals off and clean the body off and start installing these. Alright, so we've got the proper decals on there now. This body's looking good. Very satisfied with how this came out. I wish I spent a little more time lining it up though, because the body's sitting a little forward on the chassis, but like I said, it's hard to do with such long body mounts. So I did the best I could. It's a little off, but that's all right. So again, huge shout out to HPI Racing for coming through and correcting the issue. This was a seamless sticker install. I can't complain, but if I were to give constructive criticism, which is different, I would say that the window decals needed to be cut out just a little bit closer to the detail, like here on the grille and the headlights. You can see on the blinker there's a little bit of excess as well, unlike on these grills here. So if I were to give constructive criticism, it would be on the window decals and on the rear lights. But I'm not complaining. So now I need to get the steering link installed. I might need to trim a little bit. We'll see. But I'm going to go ahead and install that. Alright, so to make it easier on myself, I'm going to remove this front top deck. So any adjustments that need to be made can be made with the link installed. Alright, so with the front top deck removed, I should be able to get this on there and test it out. See if I can do this with my hand. Okay. I don't want to put too much pressure on the steering component, so I'm going to use these for this part. There we go. I did the best I could to line it up when I was putting the rod ends on, so shouldn't need too much adjustment. Let's see. That looks good to me. So any minor adjustments can be done on the radio. That looks pretty straight. So I think we're there. So let's reinstall the top deck. All right, so that was a pretty smooth installation there. With the link anyways, there was a couple of screws that were giving me trouble lining up, but ultimately that worked out. So pretty excited here. To have this complete. The body was what the setback was, so with the body complete, obviously want to have the chassis running, especially if we've got everything we need. So I would consider this a success. Shout out to Joe for this driver here, very helpful. These stickers for the cup racer are totally fine. So what I'm gonna do is probably just make a post in one of the Facebook communities for HPI Racing and offer this to someone who may need it, either for an old body or for a new one. So if that's something you need, that is available, or will be available. All right, so I don't think there's much to worry about there. It's not enough contact, if any. And I'm gonna have to mess with the tuning a little bit. I don't know why these ESCs do that sometimes, but that's not anything to worry about too much, because I've got forward and brake, but I don't know why it does that sometimes for reverse. Had this issue with I've had similar issue with the CSC before. Whatever, that's another subject for another time, but for now, this is complete, and definitely happy to have this body finished. So again, huge shout out to HPI for coming through so we can complete this project. This was the one thing holding it back. If anyone thinks they're gonna need this, it will be available. I'll just set it aside and hopefully someone can use it, because it's just gonna be in the stash otherwise. So yeah, thanks HPI. If you've made it this far, Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your interest in radio control. And stay tuned because there's plenty more. Got a lot of projects to work through.